Hey y'all, it's your girl Just Bree coming at you with another video. Feel free to hit the like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying your 4th of July weekend. I surely am. Oh brother. I cooked some shish kebabs, some ribs. I'm drinking a hurricane, and life is good. So, I have no complaints. All glory be to God. So, Um, but what I came on here for was I recorded a whole video, and then my computer said I had too much storage, or whatever. So, on that note, I am back again. I'm back with the jump off. So, this video, this little short of Chrissy I wanted to record, entitled "They Stay Trying to Break Me." Let's hear what she has to say, and then I'll comment on it, y'all.
All right, you guys. So it's been brought to my attention that there are a group of people, one person, a couple of people, I don't know. There are some trolls that are just trying their damnedest, and I mean their damnedest, to get my kids taken away from me. Really it's really pathetic. The amount of times I've had people try to do this to me online, I'm embarrassed to even say the number. At a point in time, yes, I feel like I wanted to say, hey, no, I'm quitting. I can't take this anymore. I'm done. I'm tired of being harassed and bullied online. I'm tired of my kids being put in the at the brunt of people's BS. And it's not worth it. Who's hiring? And then I remember that no matter what I do or how I do it, people are always going to have something to say. People are always going to come after me. They're always going to come after the way I do the things that I do as a mother, as a woman, as a human being. And it's never going to be good enough. Whew, I had to get that off my chest. Yes, there will be haters. Yes, there will be people who don't want to see me win for no reason. And that's okay. I'm going to use that as my motivation from now on and just keep going even harder. Make them even more. All right, you guys. So it's been.
Um, so yeah, at the end of the day, Chrissy, somebody gonna always trying to find something um that is true. But I made a comment, and let's read what I had to say. So I say, I'm not mad at CPS getting involved due to the constant moving along. And I'm the last person who will support that, being that the kids look fed and healthy. But shelter is very important. I just wish that she seeks temporary custody to the kids' family. Give, I should say, temporary custody to the kids' family members and give herself a year, because whatever you doing ain't working, sis. And that's just from the heart, no matter who takes it out of context. You need an intervention. Um, I just have to keep making sure I'm recording because the damn storage. I don't know how to fix that. So I got 8 likes, which I don't really care about that, but and then I got 6 replies that I actually never read until just now. So I know they are going to try to roast me. So let's see what they have to say. Chrissy Boo says, "Cut the shit. These kids there are kids being abused, molested, and murdered by their parents, and you really sitting here saying it's justified the CPS be called on her because she moves a lot? Damn, this world is going to shit and fast." It's B. Kirkpatrick says, "I get your concern, but I guess military families, van lifers, slow travelers with kids as well as expat families need to have CPS involved too, based off your statement." So, based off my statement, ma'am, I only follow these 3 mommies, and it is my opinion that I feel no ways about CPS being called because shelter is very important. Military families usually have both parents, and they are serving our country. Chrissy is serving herself. Um, and she's had a lot of children off the government's dime. Okay. She is nowhere near putting her life on the line for anybody but herself. Van lifers, I mean, hey, if people choose to live that life, um, that's a problem with children. Yeah. especially if they're not in the same school district. I mean, if you're homeschooling them, it's my opinion that that's okay because plenty of children are, for example, actors that work on TV shows. They get homeschooled. They don't go to school, like a normal child. Ultimately, it's the consistency in schooling for me. So yeah, a van lifer, that would be a problem too, but I don't follow anybody who's a van lifer. So what do you want me to do? Slow travelers, whatever that is with kids. Um, I would imagine CPS will be involved if the kids are supposed to be registered in a particular school. Now, if she was to homeschool her children and, admit that that's the life that she chose to live, then I guess, that would that's something that, you know, she would she would have to be okay with. I don't care. I'm just saying I don't have a problem because that is not the life she's choosing. No way she can homeschool 9 children. Um, so yeah. And enough people agree with me for me to know that my point is very much valid, honey. Lisa Marie says you do realize this rent is extremely expensive for people all over the country. Okay. Social media is not a short thing. Um, yeah, rent is high. Now I don't know any subsidized housing or otherwise that would be able to fit all of her children in one house. I don't even know what they do with people with large families like that. That would be something I might just be interested enough into looking into. I might call up a couple of subsidized houses and ask them, tell them I have 9 children, just to see how that would work. Because I lived in subsidized housing, it was only 2 bedrooms. A bitch wasn't nothing coming up in there but 2 people, 3 at the most. Um, I had a big enough bedroom at the time when I had my son that he slept with me, but I moved out when he was 2, and my daughter was 12. Well, when I moved out, she was 14 and he was 2. So I mean, hell. Social media is not a sure thing for income. That's why she should have had a job, in the first place, a real job. Or she should have made this her real job because there's plenty of people on here that's been on here for years that have bust their asses and have made this shit work. So obviously she not too good at what she do. Um, I could do my job in my sleep because I've worked 60 some hours for years at a time. I could do it in my sleep. Okay. Um, and as an LPN, I don't just pass pills, honey. I have had to call the doctor, schedule appointments, cancel appointments, talk to families, deal with families, get cussed out, um, make out doctors' signatures. Some of y'all know them scribbly doctor signatures. Bitch, I had it so down packed I knew who the doctor was. Okay. That's how bad I was. They could write some chicken scratch and I'd be like, oh, that's Dr. So and so. Or he'd write a note and I know exactly what he was saying and could nobody else read it. Um so and I did CNA work with the CNAs because I'm gonna roll my sleeves up with the best of them. Cause bitch, I ain't no better than you. How about that? My girlfriend on her way up here. She gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy. Um, the kids. Wait. Okay. So kids are well taken care of, well fed. Blah blah blah. She'll get on her feet. She's only one person. Yeah, that's the problem. She only one person. She been getting on her feet for the past 10 years. You never see her begging for cash, absent registries. I mean, I don't watch her. I haven't watched her consistently um throughout the years. I'm not gonna lie. But from what I gather from the reactors, like Fran, who is a very reliable source, bitch, she have asked for money at times, which I'm not mad at. And you know what? At the end of the day, y'all bitches need to get her a house and just pay for a year, and pay every year. How about that? Pay up to a year every year. Since y'all enabling her so damn much, there's kids being SA, beaten, starved, and worse. CP is nothing to play with. CP has nothing to play when they separate kids and put them in homes that they're abusing. Okay, first of all, children are not always abused. Be very clear. My mother was in foster care. Technically, I think she was technically adopted. I'm not for sure. I'm not 100% on that. Whatever it was an open situation because her mother used to be able to visit her. It was an open situation. Um, Possibly adoption. I'm not 100% clear on that. And this was back in the 60s. So, and then my grandfather got out of prison, got his shit together, and he came and got my mother. Well, he shared custody with Big Mama, the adopted mother. Anyway, because my grandmother actually was a deadbeat. Okay. Um, and I don't know that lady to this day, to be honest. But anyway, our topic. Why would she, Libra says, why would she need CPS called on her if the kids are fed, so they're happy? All right, so what I'm gonna do next is go to my comment section because um Mamma Mia. I was having a conversation with Perseverance Akeisha. Let's see what we were talking about. So she
It's
says
public.
Perseverance of Keisha. Shout out to you. Thank you for watching and chatting with me. I appreciate it. It's getting cool out here now. It's almost 8 o'clock, so the weather's getting cool, but it's still nice out. So Perseverance Keisha says, I believe Chrissy's mommy is much older. She had her late in the game. She was spoiled. She also said her father was possibly involved in her life to a certain point. So then I replied to that. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know much about her family background. I did get that her mom's probably older. I didn't know her dad was even a part of her life. I agree she's an adult. I'd be interested to see which kids follow her lead. I also find it interesting that she says her mama has needs, yet will be willing to bring another man around those babies. Um, yeah, I had something to say about that earlier, but I forgot. It just goes to show how that she's a selfish pig and those kids aren't really the priority. The next mood talker will be coming back in the back door. She can only stay single for a year or two. So then Perseverance Akeisha says, yes, her brother on her father's side did a video on Chrissy. He didn't have nice things to say. He was outing her on something she said on her channel about them. Oh, and what I was saying in my other video, because I got cut off. Okay, good. I'm still recording. I cleaned it out, so it better not stop on me this time. What I was saying is Chrissy is some kind of scammer. I don't know. You know, I mean, there's the speculation, which I agree that she's moving these kids into these houses, and they don't know how many kids she has, and then maybe when they find out, they kick her out. Oh, my screen door is so filthy. I gotta clean it. We were in it. We've been in and out all day, and I've been barbecuing. So, anyway, yeah. By the time people find out how many kids she got, I'm sure she can't put all those kids on a lease. There's no way. And I was just sitting here thinking. I said in my other video before I got cut. I might just call around to a few subsidized housing to sell them that I have 9 children just to see what they would say. Because I lived in subsidized housing and bitch, you could only fit 2 people up in that mug, 3 at the most. Um, I had a good sized bedroom, so my daughter had her own room and my son stayed with me until he was 2, and then we moved in my 3-bedroom house, and I've been living here 11. Well, I lived in the apartment, subsidized apartment for 8 years. During those 8 years, I went and got my nursing license, and I could have went further. I chose not to. But when I moved into my house now, I didn't have the best credit. But he looked at my income and my consistency of working and how much I made. And he was like, and I ran into like families coming, couples and shit. And I'm single, I'm a single mom. And he was like, you make more than these couples put together. And that's how I got the fucking house, bitch. And he was like, you almost make as much as I do because I was working, busting it down. Okay. Nurse homes don't have no shortage of hours. Trust and believe that bitch. Um, and when I say I will run up 60 hours or more a week, I wasn't playing. Bitch, we've been in some of us was fought, well not me. But some people go to sleep in a damn well, this one guy, I think he was homeless. But he would go to sleep in the basement because he didn't have anywhere to go. He would go to sleep in our break room. Shout out to CMR. And get up and go back to work. Another girl, she didn't really have money to catch the bus home at the time or some shit because she was struggling. She had a situation, whatever the case was. She would go to sleep in a back room somewhere. Same thing. So bitch, we was killing the game. Killing it. And bitch, you can't tell me I know what hard work is. And I did a lot of it. Ooh, child, paid my dues. 15 years. Oh God. Tired. So I had to I had to recoup and regroup after COVID. So anyway, this ain't about me. So back to Chrissy. Oh, so back to the house. I have a 3-bedroom house, a front yard, backyard, basement, full basement. The basement is the length of the whole house. Somebody can live down there. Put it that way. So, Chrissy, you want to move into my house, bitch? I got 3 bedrooms and a full basement. You live in the basement. The kids live upstairs. How about that? And I got us a private driveway, but the houses are pretty close to each other, so it's not like I got this exclusive private driveway, but it's a personal driveway. And shit, and it's in a beautiful neighborhood outside of Buffalo. Um, very very little crime, but of course you go in the city, bitch. I don't try to go in the city too often because I'm not fucking with them. They had the top shooting and shit. I'm like, that's enough of that. Yeah. So anyway, the city's all over is out of control. I didn't even know. My girlfriend was just telling me a few weeks ago that a girl, somebody she knew, was driving down the street and a car pulled up to her and started shooting. And I don't know if it was a mistaken identity or what. But anyway. Oh, and as a result of the Buffalo or the shooting, you know, the only difference in the suburbs, particularly where I'm at, is that they've gone back to armed security. My cops in my neighborhood in the suburbs, I'm just specifying it to you know, for you guys. But we would have armed security off and on, but now it's more pronounced. Anyway, so back to the story. Back to Chrissy. Sorry to sorry if you guys got bored with my little story, but anyway. She said you can most definitely search up her brother. I remember that whole debacle. Uh I didn't really get into that too deep, but I remember it was a video vaguely. So but yeah, so anyway. I know for sure older brother on her mom's side or two. One for sure, I think three siblings on her father's side. Christy always has a man somewhere lurking because she doesn't want to be seen with a lot of kids and no man. She obviously embarrassed by the amount of kids, which is why she never has a vehicle to comfort. Oh, so this is the part I want to get to that was very, very key. I'm gonna try to round this up to 30 minutes, y'all. So yeah, so this is the part I really wanted to address. A point that she made. She obviously embarrassed by the amount of kids, which is why she never has a vehicle to comfortably fit them, and or you rarely see her out with all the children at once. And that's interesting because I'm sure somebody else has brought that up and noticed that as well. But that is such a great point. Why do you have such little vehicles for all these children? Um, yeah, she never has a vehicle to comfortably fit them. Bitch, she need a sprinter. She used ride for many reasons, I believe, and this is another good point. She used ride for many reasons. I believe that's why things ended whether he knocked her tooth out or not. She used that man for his peen content, babysitter, cook, and clean, and butler. Yeah, that's why I said Chrissy is the man in the relationship, or she at least she want to be. Um, these women don't want a man that's gonna be a provider and a protector. They want to be able to tell these men what to do, and they want them to be a stepdaddy to their children. Mm, I gotta put this back in the freezer. Sorry, y'all. I just love saying children. I got family in Florida, so that's how they talk too. Anyway, sorry I keep saying ugh, hate it. I'm gonna try to kick that word out my vocabulary. So that's why she has nothing bad to say about him and never will in fear he might expose her. Yeah, you notice, because I'm sure if he didn't really have anything on her, like when Demarcus came out and said whatever he had to say, I forgot what it was, but whatever he said, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's extra careful with her words about Rod. Same as her husband, other than she did love him, but also, like you said, to control the relationship, or somebody said, I done watched so many clips about her in the last week. But I believe she doesn't make husband pay child support to keep him quiet. Well, hell, if he ain't got no job, she ain't gonna get shit no way. At this point, and then she'd have to go back and forth to court, and he live in a whole nother state. So, I mean, keeping up with that, child boo. At this point, Chrissy should date men with their own place and car and keep them far from her children. They deserve that. I don't think Chrissy deserves to date anybody, period. Because she bringing a whole lot of baggage. And you can say what you want. My kids are baggage, her kids are baggage. Baggage is baggage is baggage. We don't think our kids are baggage. We don't call them baggage, but to somebody else, they are baggage. Period. Point in the blank. Um, she definitely don't need to focus on no man. So, and as far as dating, you can't dating. They conflate dating and sex. These girls between her, Jasmine, and Liv probably the only one that actually had a man that really cared about her at one point in time, that actually wined and dined her. These other bitches don't know nothing about going out to putt putt, the movies, going on a trip. Um, my 25-year-old just got back from Vegas with a friend of hers that, she been dealing with or whatever. Um, and I'm not saying that's a requirement or anything, but he really likes her, so he took her out of town. Hell, I ain't never been taken out of town to be honest. Taken out of town. But should I do? I have been taken out on dates because that is a requirement. In order to get to know me, I don't just jump in the bed now. Now I have some sex, but I ain't just jumping in the bed on the first time I meet you. And damn sure not after I done had a baby by your ass or you done moved up. Well, you ain't moving up in my house. I'm moving with you, and you ain't moving with me. Every man I ever knew, ever known, own their own shit, own their house, or they had their own place. Period. Um, so these girls don't know nothing about making a man court them for any amount of time, bitch. What? And I'm not even saying dating as courting or going out as far as like when I first um there's times when I just taking a walk with a guy, went to a park or something, walked around or went and got some ice cream or something like that, you know? Because to me, it's not all about how much you can spend and impressing me and all that shit. But anyway, it's not about me. uh but I believe she doesn't make husband pay child support. Okay. Chrissy to me is very immature and she doesn't hold her children's best interests at heart. She thinks she does or would pay her bills. She stays hyping them up with sugar the moment their eyes open. Oh, here my girlfriend go. I'm gonna have to let y'all go, y'all. She does cook food but gives them tons of sweets all day. They never appear to have a bedtime. Those awards she showed of her kids for this past school year wasn't even worth doing. Only one kid had an honor roll semester, and the others just got perfect attendance for certain semesters. I didn't even notice that. Huh? Uh-uh. Huh? Oh, okay, cool. All right, y'all. Feel free to hit the like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna wrap this up. We about to ride out. Ride out. All right, y'all. Peace. I'll be back.